So, good evening, everybody. It's 3 minutes past 9 on the 23rd of March 2020. A historic announcement has just gone out by Boris Johnson. I was personally, don't know whether you guys feel the same, but really glad that he just made that announcement. I've been like, why have we not been on lockdown for at least the past 4 or 5 days, as we've seen what's been developing in other countries kind of begin to develop here in the UK. Why have we not been kind of shut down? Why are we letting people cram on tubes and cram into flower markets and go and have a jolly on a park yesterday in the sunshine? So ultimately, yeah, we've just been told effectively we're not going out. And you know, just don't go out. Just watch this live instead. It's interesting, isn't it? It's something that I'm sure didn't surprise anybody. But obviously, you know, not taking away from the gravitas of and the gravity of what that means for us all. You know, we've literally had our industry pretty much decimated as actors in the last sort of week, 10 days. But you know what? So is everyone. That's something that I'm seeing on Twitter a little bit as well. Just a little bit of entitlement from actors, almost as in like, we're the only ones affected by this. There's a hell of a lot of other freelancers out there that are affected by this. You know, just think of all the, God, I don't know, everything from gardeners to decorators. You know, all shops have just been shut today that are non-essential. So, you know, those independent stores that maybe sold clothes or whatever. So many people are hurting by this. And that's really bad. But also on the flip side, it means something's got to be done about it. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we're going to get some nice announcements for the self-employed this week. Because we seem to be forgotten about, don't we? It's kind of like, if you earn 30 grand a year and you're employed, it's like, oh, don't worry, we'll pay you 24 grand. That's no problem. If you earn 30 grand a year self-employed, then you're getting 96 quid a week. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, something's going to be done about that. But on the plus side as well, let's not all focus on the negatives. If people are going to be in, and you guys who are members of actsonthis.tv, you know, if you are in a position to continue to be a member of actsonthis.tv, I had 2 options at the start of this week, and the option that I've gone for is going to give you guys so much more value than you have ever had before. So I'll discuss that now, because what kind of like, just tell you a little bit about where I was at the start of the end of last week, start of this week, because I've had quite a few emails from members who are concerned about all kinds of things, and I'll cover that now. I get that, but I also want everyone to kind of like realize where I am at in all of this as well, because I think sometimes people forget that I'm just an actor as well, right? Yes, I run this community, you know, and I have this online business going on, but all of my work has gone as well. All of those voiceovers that I had lined up, they've gone. My acting work's all gone. And in terms of, I've had a few people email me, and I get it, because Spotlight did this thing where they went, right, we're going to suspend subscriptions for 3 months. And Spotlight can do that because Spotlight bring in literally millions of pounds through subscriptions. They have about 40,000 people, all paying them 150 quid a year. They then have all of their rooms that they let out. That, you know, they're a massive, massive business. And a few actors emailing me going, Ross, are you going to follow suit? And I'm like, I need everybody to realise that if I did that, and I had the choice at the start of the end of last week, start of this week, all of the podcasts that I'd lined up over the next 8 weeks for actsonthis.tv, I've had to cancel. Obviously, can't do any of those face-to-face. That's had some significant costs attached to it, because I booked people's train fares and stuff in advance on advance tickets that are non-refundable if you don't take insurance out on them, and I didn't know this was happening. So they've all been cancelled. And I have some significant, you know, running costs for the site. The software providers for me don't go, oh, Ross, do you want a 3-month break? I employ 2 people who are wholly reliant on the money that I give them. They work as freelancers. They are not employed. So their livelihoods are kind of rested on me and this company and this business continuing forward. So I'm not immune to this, guys, is kind of the message. I had 2 choices: stop it all, throw away 10 years of work, or quadruple down on the amount of content that I'm giving you guys so you get even more value out of your actsonthis.tv membership. And that's what I'm going to talk about for the first sort of 20 minutes. I've got some incredible stuff coming up over the next 2 weeks that'll blow your mind, honestly, and I'm going to give you guys more stuff than ever over the next, well, do you know what, just the next 3-4 months. You're going to be getting 2 90-minute webinars with the biggest agents, casting directors, actors, writers, producers in TV, in our industry, every Tuesday, every Thursday. And that they work out, when I worked it out, depending on when you bought your membership, they're going to cost you either £1.25 or something like £2.12. Now, when most people charge you 65 quid for a 2-hour workshop, you're getting 3 hours a week for less than, like £4 at the most. So I hope lots of people will come and join because they want to get involved with that. And those who are members, fingers crossed you're in a position to carry on. But I just want to assure you that I am absolutely more committed to everyone in this community than ever before, because it's do or die for me right now. Like I say, I don't run this massive company. It's me. ActsOnThis.tv. It's me. Little Petch, who edits videos. A guy called Boris, who does all the servers and stuff, and he's in, well, actually, no, I don't know where Boris is, actually. Last time I spoke to Boris, because he works remotely, he was in Germany, and then he was up a mountain in India, and then I have a guy over in Bulgaria as well, who does tech stuff for us. So there's literally 4 of us working remotely, on not a massive budget. So the more you can spread the word about ActsOnThis.tv right now, like, the better. I really need you to do it now more than ever. Otherwise, what I've spent 11 years of my life doing could kind of take a turn for the worst. Fingers crossed it won't do. Jason's here. How we doing, Jace? Hope you are good. Reese is here as well. How you doing? Hope you're well. I've just missed about 100 comments. Let's just see who is here. And then I'm going to show you just some of the stuff that I've got coming up over the next couple of weeks. I basically opened my phone book up, guys. I've been very lucky to work on some really decent stuff and some big shows. And I just thought, I wonder if I can pull some favours out of people to come and get involved at a last minute kind of thing. You know, obviously this has been completely improvised, the way I've had to kind of restructure how we're going to record features for the site and stuff. And they're going to be better than ever because you're going to be able to get involved with them now. Whereas previously you've only been able to do that on a limited kind of, in limited kind of way, like via the phone. You're actually going to be able to speak to my guests now face to face. Andrew's here, says, here's my positive story. I've had a hard time the last couple of days. I've shut my holiday lodges down, thank God, and had an exhausting day sorting out all the guest bookings. Erasmus not good. Something about Morrison's have cancelled a food order. Bloody hell. But I put a post on Facebook for help, and my village are all helping me. Made me feel really humble to tears, in fact, despite what the papers are saying. People are wonderful. Raise a glass to real human spirit. It's amazing, isn't it? Honestly, these situations will bring out sometimes the very worst in people, without a doubt. I'm not going to go and punch someone in the face with some bog roll. But they do, from what I am seeing, just bring out the best in a lot of people. We've got a lot of selfish sods in this country, like letting 90-year-olds queue up at the back of supermarkets and stuff rather than letting to the front. But I think on the whole, I've got a massive faith in the overall generosity and good in people, and I think we will start seeing more and more of that as we go on. Tony Rossi, all the way from Chicago. I hope you're doing all right over there, mate. I don't know whether you guys are on lockdown or not. John Moody, hope you are well. Sarah Jane Waters in the house. Claire Dean's here. Liz Thompson's here as well. Linda, great to see you. Steve, Lee, Ahmad, Shelley, Sam Massanyo, hope you're well. Petch is in the house. All right, Petch. Don't worry, I'm going to keep paying you, mate. As long as people keep joining the site, you'll still get paid. So Jason said, no, it wasn't 40,000. It's 70,000 members Spotlight have. That's 10 million a year. Trust me, they can afford to give you a 3-month break on the subscriptions. If I give you a 3-month break, Petch is out of a job. Seriously. And I'm closing the site down. I run it basically, just to be honest, just for the content, and because I bloody love it. And I genuinely, maybe I just like attention, but I really enjoy admiration and actually giving people stuff that impacts their life so much that they then send me an email going, just want to let you know, I listened to that podcast with that agent and now I'm represented by them. That's genuinely why I do it. I love it. Actors need you more than ever, dude, says Ollie. Thank you, Ollie. Well, I am here, mate, more than ever. Definitely. And if anything, you are more necessary than ever, says Jace. Thanks, Jace. Well, let me just show you what's going on over the next just 2 weeks. And I've got these going on for the foreseeable. I've already booked in another 2 people today for the week after. But if you go over to actsonthis.tv/live, you're going to see this page, okay? This page I just put up the other day where you're going to be able to see a schedule. Well, you're going to be able to get a membership to Acts on This if you've not got one for a start. And if you haven't got one, now is the best time ever to get one. Like I say, I've never given this much content before. Normally, you get roughly, 2 premium features a month. They'd probably be like 2 2-hour podcasts. Now you're getting 2 a week. You're getting 8 features a month. You're getting 4 times what anyone who's had a premium membership has ever received in the past. So if you haven't jumped on board yet, like, now is the best time ever to get a membership. It's £4.25 a week. That's it. And I know that's an ask at a time where people are having the rug pulled from underneath them, but it's still doable, I think, for most people. So fingers crossed you can you can jump on board if you've not already. Tomorrow evening, this is the first live broadcast. Casting director Kelly Valentine Hendry, one of the biggest casting directors we have in TV in this country and also worldwide, to be honest. She casts an awful lot of stuff for Netflix. You'll know her from casting big TV hits over in the UK like Bancroft and Broadchurch. She's just been working on a brand new series called Bridgerton for Netflix. Brave New World, a massive new series, and Gangs of London that comes out on Sky Atlantic later in April. I've got Kelly to give us 90 minutes of her time. You're going to be able to join us on camera. I'm going to play you a little trailer, actually, in a minute, a little message from Kelly. You're going to be able to jump on. Me and Kelly are going to be talking about the industry, talking about auditions, casting, obviously how this has affected the industry, but also, you know, what she's working on, what she's still doing right now, and what she's able to do right now whilst, you know, this is all going on. And then you are going to get the opportunity to jump on live. So you will come on camera. Obviously, you know, there can be hundreds of people watching these. I can't bring every single person on, but I will do my best to bring as many actors on as possible to have a one-to-one little chat with Kelly, ask your acting career questions, get some, you know, one-to-one career coaching that everyone hopefully will then benefit from. So, you know what? Why don't I? Let me pull this up. Why don't I just play you a little trailer of me and Kelly inviting you to this? Like I say, atsonthis.tv, atsonthis.tv/live if you want to get your membership so you can get involved with this. But here's a little message, only 2 minutes, from me and Kelly. So, Act On This TV Nation, I want to invite you guys to something incredibly special that's going down next Tuesday, the 24th of March, 2020. I'm going to be live online over at atsonthis.tv for a very special 90-minute casting Q&A with this amazing woman here, Kelly Valentine Hendry, casting director extraordinaire. Welcome to Act On This again. It's been ages since you've been on.
I know, it's been, well, I've probably gone into another, decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's been a long time. It's a pleasure to be back.
Just for those people who are seeing you for the first time, what shows are you known for casting? Because they're massive. What have you been doing recently?
Oh, it's been a really great couple of years. So I've been doing Bridgerton for Netflix, which will be coming out, probably in 2021, maybe 2022 now. I've been doing Wheel of Time for Amazon, which is a great big Robert Jordan fantasy series.
Nice.
I've done a nice, lovely new adaptation of Brave New World for Amblin and NBCU for Peacock, which will be out soon, I think. Gangs of London, 29th of April, Sky Atlantic. It is unbelievable. And of course I did Broadchurch. We always hanker back.
You've got to mention Broadchurch. Well, you were on Fleabag as well, weren't you, back in the day?
Yeah, Victor and I did the first season of Fleabag.
Yeah, honestly, some incredible shows. So if you want to literally join me and Kelly live on Tuesday night, jump on camera like we are, speak one-to-one with Kelly and get personalised acting career coaching and advice, and just come and have a nice time whilst everyone's in self-isolation. Get yourself over to atsonthis.tv/live to find out how you can get involved, and we will see you there. Tell them why they don't want to miss it, Kelly.
Well, get out of the pubs. Get out of the pubs. Watch this.
So yeah, obviously we recorded that little bit, Get Out of the Pub, before obviously lockdown happened, so there's absolutely no chance of anybody being in the pub. So if you are at home, which I'm probably certain you're going to be tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Get yourself over to atsonthis.tv/live if you've not got a membership. Those who are already members, by the way, you're going to find, let me show you, this is important actually, because you're going to get an email invite, but I know not everyone checks their email all the time. If you go over to the site now, and sorry for those on the audio experience, I know you're only going to be able to listen to the audio of this. If you go over to, I'll just get off this for a second, go to, oh no, hang on, I need to take that, there you go. Go to acsonthis.tv, go into your members area. You're going to find a brand new area inside your premium membership. It's not been there before. You won't be used to it, but it's there at the top. It says upcoming live calls and how to join them. If you click in there, you're going to see a number of links, and you just literally need to click that link, install some software called Zoom, and then all you need to do at 7:25 tomorrow, or 7:25 on any of the nights we're doing these over the next few months, every Tuesday, every Thursday, you just click that link and it will bring you into the session. There's no registration. You don't need to worry about that. I've made it as simple as I could possibly make it. And for those who are looking at this for the first time, by the way, it's not just these calls you get access to 250 hours worth of content already on the site with the biggest casting directors, agents, actors, writers, producers, directors in the industry. If you want an agent, you want to learn how to get in the room with the biggest casting directors, if you want to understand the industry way better than any drama school, any book, any acting class can teach you, this is what you want to get involved with, actonthis.tv. So if I go back to the live page, I'll show you who else is coming up, because we've got some freaking great people. So that's Kelly tomorrow night, right? Who's going to be there for that one for a start? And then I'll show you what we've got on Thursday night. Elizabeth is volunteering for the British Red Cross Community Reserves. Nice one, Elizabeth. We need people like that. Awesome. Mel's in the house. Sarah's here as well. Hope you are good. But yeah, let us know if you're going to be joining that one tomorrow night. Hopefully you will be. Then Thursday night, this dashingly handsome young man here, Ed Spleers. Okay, this is a guy who has had an incredible acting career. Basically, he was put into a multi-million-pound film very early on in his career called Aragon. I don't know if you remember that, but he starred in that. He then went on to star in Downton Abbey, played a character called Jimmy Kent. He's now in Outlander as one of the leads in that, a guy called Stephen Bonnet. He plays in Outlander. He's had an incredible career, has auditioned for some of the biggest films and TV shows literally on the planet. Adam, how you doing? Hope you're well, mate. And Andrew says he's going to be there. Ollie's going to be there as well tomorrow night. Ed, super nice guy. I did a conference with Ed a few months ago. We went and spoke at a conference in Newcastle all about acting and emotional intelligence, which really, emotional intelligence is just something that every actor should have. Ultimately, it's been able to, understand what you're feeling, be able to control what you're feeling, and ultimately as an actor it's difficult, isn't it, because you end up kind of having your own emotions and then you have your character's emotions as well. But we did a really interesting conference on emotional intelligence in Newcastle at a place called EQ Connects. That's where I met Ed. Got on really, really well. I was like, mate, you've got to come on. Literally phoned him up the other day. I was like, you've got to come on and do one of these broadcasts with me as well. So you're going to be able to pick Ed's brain on how he has had the career he has had. Basically, how he's navigated the industry, the agents he's been with, the agents he's not been with, auditions, his process. He's now producing a lot of stuff as well. So if you want to learn about actually going into, stepping away, not away from acting, but a little side step while you're acting into producing as well, making your own stuff. Come and have a chat with Ed on Thursday night. Again, I'll play you a little trailer. I've got trailers for all of these, and you can go and play them on actonthis.tv/live. If you're listening on the audio experience, you'll be able to go and actually explore that page. The audio experience for those who are watching live, by the way, is the audio of this that I put out on iTunes and Stitcher and Spotify. If you ever want to catch up on any of these broadcasts, just look on those platforms for the Act on This TV audio experience, and you will always find the audio of these broadcasts from Monday nights. Here's a little message from Ed. Let me know if you'll be joining Ed. Act on This TV Nation, I want to invite you to another incredible online event taking place on Thursday, the 26th of March 2020. I got the date right. 7:30 p.m. over on actonthis.tv/live to find out how you can get involved with this. With my man here, the dashingly handsome actor, Mr. Ed Spleers, star of Downton Abbey, played Jimmy Kent, star of Outlander, plays Stephen Bonnet, having an incredible career. We're going to jump online, ultimately chew the fat about the industry, Ed, what's going on, and you're going to answer everyone's questions.
Yeah, well, we can't talk about football at the moment, so yeah, I suppose it'd be a good idea to talk about the acting industry, which is obviously having a slight lull, but I'll be curious to know about your own story. I think we're living in a world where actually we need to have a bit of camaraderie and a time to sort of work together and a big sort of positivity push. So as much as asking me questions and finding out about what I've been up to or how I approach things, I think, I'd like to hear some of your own stories and see how we can maybe help one another. And just a good old natter. I'll put the kettle on. Ross will have a cup of coffee, I'm sure, and we'll just take it from there, perhaps.
Absolutely. So I've got a coffee here. Can't live without that. I'm in isolation, but always popping down to Costa. Come and get involved. It'll be amazing. You can jump on camera, talk to Ed, put your questions to him. We're going to be talking about his career, auditions, casting, the industry, how this is affecting us all, and basically just having a lovely time to make sure that everyone still feels connected to the acting industry and isn't feeling lost. So join us 7:30 p.m. actonthis.tv/live to find out how you get involved. And Ed, give us a soundbite. Why should they join? Quick, 10 seconds.
Why should you join? Because I think I want to know more about you. I want the opportunity to talk to all of you, and I want to hear what you've got to say. I think this is a great time to spend an hour and a half together. What else are we going to do?
Exactly. We'll see you there.
Yeah.
Boom, actonthis.tv/live to get involved. So yeah, that was my man Ed Spliers. You know what's really nice about Ed as well, right? He's had this incredible career. He's super humble. He's one of these people who's, you know, when you meet him, you could, you know, there's so much like knowledge and stuff that he can impart, and you know, he's got so much experience, but he just wants to know about you. So genuinely, for those actors who do jump on this on Thursday evening, 7:30 p.m, and you get a chance to speak to Ed, you know, if we bring you on, you want to ask a question, I promise you he's going to ask you questions because he's going to want to know about you. And I think that's a sign of a really, not just a great actor, but like just a really great person, constantly curious and fully self-aware that they can learn from every single person that they meet in life, whether they are 7 or 77. There's something to learn from everybody. So yeah, if you do get involved in that one, you want to come and watch live, you can just watch. You don't have to jump on camera if you don't want to, but if you do get a chance to speak, be prepared for Ed asking you stuff, all right? Putting you on the spot and asking you things about your career and stuff. He's always wanting to learn. Will says, looking forward to tomorrow night. Zoom had my first 2 showreel scenes booked to be filmed Wednesday with Chris, wounded about today's news, but onwards and upwards. Yeah, do you know what? Is Chris on here? Chris, if you're on here, because Chris is going to be showing some showreel scenes after this. I'm going to give you a link at the end of this where if you want, from 10 to like 10:30 or something like that, Chris is going to be playing out some of his best showreel scenes. I might be in maybe a couple of them, but a lot of people from the Act on This community are in showreel scenes. Chris has shot, in my opinion, he's the best showreel producer in this country. I would say on the planet, because I don't know of anyone outside this country. So for me, he's the best showreel producer on the planet. But yeah, I wonder. I mean, obviously that's going to completely affect production. Anyone who had showreel scenes, you know, booked in. That's kind of not happening now because you're all staying at home. So Chris, hopefully, that's what I mean. See how it impacts everybody's business. And like I say, a lot of actors, I think at the start of this, presume because I run this and it's all online, almost as in like, oh, Ross isn't affected. I can't tell you like how affected I have been by this in terms of my own career. You know, all my voiceovers that effectively pay for me to run this site. You know, that's what enables me to do this, really, which is why I still need all you members to keep supporting the site. Because the site itself, without, you know, other stuff that I do outside it, I wouldn't really be able to run it. But then just my personal life as well. You know, I've had to like sort out my mum. My mum's blind, so she can't go out on her own. She's in the vulnerable category. I'm like, shit, right, I've got to sort her out. I've got to look after my own health. I've got to run this. I've got all hundreds of you guys to look after. And you know what? I kind of like, it's time to step up. It's challenging me. And it's not woe me, oh me. You know, I asked for all of this. I get to do all this. I don't have to do any of it. I'm so happy to do it all. But just so that like we're all in it together. Nobody. Casting directors has been phoning me this week. Some nearly in tears because they are having to give up their London offices where their rent is huge. Okay, so casting directors who cast the biggest stuff in this country. Okay, they're freelancers, guys. Right, and some of them are saying to me, literally almost with tears in their eyes, that actors don't get it because they're still, and agents don't get it. They've still had agents ringing them whilst they're having to deal with closing down their business, right, losing their contracts and having to lay off their people because the companies who employ the casting directors on that contract basis don't pay for the casting director's associate or assistant. It comes out of the casting director's own money. So when he loses or she loses their money from that job, they can't pay their associates or their assistants. Now, that's devastating in itself. But then having built up a business and a reputation that suddenly is whipped out from underneath you, and then you go, I can't pay my rent for London, it's in my office, my business, then they're on their knees as well, and they're still getting agents ringing them saying, hi, will you do online generals with my actors? And they're like, we're only like 3 or 4 days into this. Will you just let me get my shit together before you start just focusing on you again? We all need to not just focus on everybody, not be so selfish in a way. And I know that there's that initial urge there to go, I've got to make sure I'm all right, and I agree with that in a way, because as long as you're all right, you can help other people. If you're not all right, you can't reach out to your neighbor, or you can't go shopping for someone else, or you can't help the vulnerable people. But it's just being aware that it's not just you who's suffering, it's not just you who's losing money, it's not just you who's scared, we all are. And there's got to be comfort in that in a way to go, right, well, the only way we're going to get through it is we're all in the same boat. I'm not going to let anybody drown. Let's all just push through it together. So So yeah, it's a really interesting time. Everybody is hurting, and Chris Stone is doing his showreel scenes, mate. I'm sure he's in the same boat as well. But again, we will get through it. Julie enjoyed the first Zoom experience on Monday. We did a little Zoom call on Monday for Acts on This members as well. I'm glad you enjoyed that, Julie. Jason's got to go. Can't wait to see some of these though, Ross. Great work as always. Appreciate you, Jace. Jace is also doing great work in keeping actors afloat and abreast of all the information that's happening in terms about what you can claim, what you can't claim, what the government stance is on self-employed and stuff like that. So Jace is a good guy to connect with on Facebook. Naturally, I will be there, says Linda. Nice one, Linda. Hope you are good. Sam says, what a great guy he is. Yeah, honestly, talking about Ed. Ed's a really, really good guy. Talking about Chris Stone, by the way, is he next? I've got a feature coming up with Chris Stone. So for those who maybe can't shoot their show reels yet, but still want to talk to Chris and actually maybe get a bit more prep and a bit more understanding of the show reel kind of process. But then also what Chris is going to focus on here is doing a live workshop. This is on Tuesday the 31st of March. So this is the following a week tomorrow. So the Tuesday after Ed comes on the Thursday and Kelly's on tomorrow night. That's Tuesday. Chris is going to do an online showreel workshop where it's about actually promoting your showreel properly, right? He creates showreels as a living, and he's the only guy I would let edit my reel. And together over the years, we've both worked on a lot of tips and tactics and little hacks you can make on social media to guarantee thousands of people see the stuff you're putting out. It's the way I've grown this community. And Chris has been getting frustrated recently. He's been phoning me going, God, actors still don't get it. I'm giving them this brilliant reel and they're not doing it justice in terms of them distributing it. So he's going to come on and do a 90-minute workshop for all members of actsonthis.tv. Where we're going to show and share with you everything that we do to get eyes on our work and everything I do to ultimately make you turn up to this tonight. Everything that I do around marketing, that Chris is around marketing, and just help you make your show reel work for you now whilst you're not out there working. Okay, there's so much you can do now and preparing, for your getting your marketing materials ready, getting yourself ready, working on your skills, working on your craft, working on your reel, voice reel, all this kind of stuff. There's so much you can do, and you can still distribute so much on social media and via the internet whilst you are at home. So that's going to be the Tuesday the 31st of March's session for all premium members. Again, that's on this.tv/live if you want to get involved. And here's a little message from Chris himself. I think he was looking a little bit like Spielberg with his hat on in this clip. Actors back once again with an incredible invite to another amazing actsonthis.tv online event taking place on Tuesday, March the 31st at 7:30 p.m. I'm going to be joined by this guy here, director / in my opinion, the UK's premier showreel producer, Mr. Chris Stone. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you, Ross?
I'm incredible. I'm very, very excited about this. Tell people, what are we going to be covering and talking about on the night?
So we're going to be talking about where to put your showreel or your showreel scene, the best places to put it, the sort of links, thumbnails, all the little secrets and tips, so the maximum number of eyes will see you in action.
Absolutely. So your showreel or scene actually gets seen. We're going to be covering Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all the little tips, tricks, tactics, and hacks, ultimately to get the most eyes possible on your work. Whilst you are maybe not out there in the industry, your showreel certainly can be. So get yourself over to actsonthis.tv/live to find out how you get involved. And Chris, why do you want to get involved? Why do you not want to miss this?
It's about getting your showreel viral, not you.
Absolutely. We'll see you there. actsonthis.tv/live to get involved. Yeah, it is about making your showreel go viral and not you. And the only way you're going to do that is stay freaking in, all right? I'm going to keep hammering that home. We've all got to do it, guys. It's so tempting to think, oh, it's only this, it's only that. You've heard tonight, freaking hell, it's more important than ever everybody is staying in. And if you do stay in, at least you can get involved with all this. Adrian says, hi, Ross, great content. Sounds like you're keeping as busy as ever. Great interactive stuff. Cheers, Adrian. Yeah, mate, it's the only option. I was like, look, and now is the time. Do you know what I've seen that's pissed me off a little bit? I've seen people already bringing stuff out, specifically piggybacking off what's ultimately a global crisis. And making products like, a quarantine boot camp for actors, all this sort of stuff. It's like, for me, it's just the wrong language that's used. You know, there's nothing wrong with promoting business and carrying on businesses that can carry on, because it's the only way we keep the economy going. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But now is the time to give more than ever. Not look at how you can just, you know, get whatever you can out of people through fear or this, that, and the other. So no, I was like, look, I've got an option here, you know, where I can carry on doing things as I've done, or I can triple down. And I went, no, let's quadruple down. I'm going to give them 4 times the amount of content they are used to, and I'm going to bring guests on that you can actually speak to yourself. So that's what we're doing. Feeling a bit disconnected from the acting industry, acting at the moment, says Jill McVeigh. You won't be soon when you get involved with these. Let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry. The comments come through so quickly on here. Chris is here. Chris is now here. He said it's about getting your show reel viral, not you. It is absolutely, without a doubt. It's all about that, and we're certainly not undermining the seriousness of what's going on. But yeah, you got to have a little bit of humour, haven't you? You just cry all the time. At the moment, it's pretty bare, pretty sad. Not sure if any of you know this yet, but the Royal College of Nursing has stated no to the use of ibuprofen. Brendan the nurse, he's an actor and he's a nurse, right? He's always the guy at the forefront of handing out some qualified medical knowledge. Ibuprofen, stick to paracetamol, anti-inflammatories may something about recovery. May what? There's a typo there, Brendan. May what recovery? Hinder. You meant hinder, not hider. May hinder recovery. So paracetamol is what we're hearing off Brendan. But I am not a doctor, so don't tell anyone I told you that, because that's come from Brendan O'Connor, who is a nurse. And fair play, Brendan. If you're carrying on working, mate, we owe you the world, man. Like, people like, forget actors feeling entitled and like, oh, woe me. Look at all the people who are working on the front line, risking their lives every day for this. They're the people who we really need to be supporting. For those acting about the monologues, I can't get to reply on the thread. What are you talking about, Andrea? More the merrier. What I might do is write them. Oh, Andrea was saying someone was asking you to write stuff, weren't you, in the Facebook group? Yeah, if anyone wants to do some monologue stuff, check out the Acts on This Facebook group and look for Andrea's post. She was talking about something there. So that's Chris Stone. So yeah, so Chris is going to be on, I keep forgetting, what is it? When are you, Chris? Tuesday, the 31st of March. There's so many of these. Then we go on, and this is a coup, right? Because this is someone who you're freaking lucky to meet this person, right? Anyone been watching a little show on Netflix called The Stranger over the last few weeks? Only ended up being the biggest show on earth for quite a number of weeks. Literally, globally, was number 1 on the planet. I was very lucky to be in episode 5 of The Stranger. And I pulled my phone out the other day. I was like, right, I've got to get people on that no one else is getting on anything. And I thought, Hannah Quinn, the director of The Stranger, she's amazing. And her CV is freaking phenomenal. This woman's CV is unbelievable. The amount of films and TV she has worked on, and the TV she is currently working on, for massive channels, for Netflix. She's someone who you just want to meet in the industry. And again, I'm giving members of ActsOnThis.tv a chance to do that. Where you wouldn't normally, unless you booked a big job, you wouldn't really normally be able to get to do that. But she's just such a lovely woman. She's currently hiding away in Bray in County Wicklow in, where is that, Ireland? Don't know if it's Northern or Southern Ireland. I'm terrible. But she's fantastic. I'm going to play you a little clip from Hannah telling you why you should come and watch this broadcast. And this one's going to happen on Thursday, the 2nd of April. Yeah, so Chris is the 21st. No, Chris is the 31st of March, Ross, you idiot. Chris Stone's the 31st of March, and Hannah is the 2nd of April. And here is Hannah Quinn. Actors, it's Ross here from ActsOnThis.tv. I want to invite you all to an incredible live online event that I'm going to be hosting on the 2nd of April at 7:30 p.m. with this amazing lady here, director of some incredible stuff, Hannah Quinn. Hannah, welcome to Acts on This. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself. What have you been up to?
Thank you. Well, I am currently self-isolating in Ireland in my home since we got shut down. We were filming a great show for Sky called Intergalactic in Manchester.
Nice. Right where I am now.
Yeah. You're there, I'm here. and it was going really well. We were having a great time. But anyway, hopefully we'll get back to it in a couple of months. Previous to that, I was doing a show called Fate the Wink Saga in my hometown in Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, for Netflix. And previous to that, I was doing The Stranger, which some of you may have heard of, especially since it was shot in Manchester, and it was all over the world. People have been watching it and loving it.
It was massive, and episode 5, particularly the beginning, was incredible because I might have been in that. We had an amazing time shooting that. So we're going to be live, guys. You're going to get a chance to join us on a call very similar to this. You will be able to jump on live on your camera, ask your acting career questions, pick Hannah's brains about directing, all these amazing shows that she's been on. If you want to get involved, get yourself over to actonthis.tv/live now, and you don't want to miss it. Why don't they want to miss it, Hannah?
Because you're gorgeous and brilliant, and they want to see you.
Oh, well, that's amazing, but you are as well. So come and join us gorgeous, brilliant, amazing people, 7:30 p.m. on the 2nd of April. We'll see you there. Oh, they just keep coming, don't it? So actonthis.tv/live if you want to get involved with that and all the other live broadcasts that I've got coming up. Do you know what? A sneak peek as well. The week after that, we've got Martin Gibbons, one of the biggest commercial casting directors in this country. And then we've got what I think is going to be a really, really freaking useful session for a lot of people. Ollie Reynolds, bit of a business mentor of mine, as well as just a bit of an online social media guru. I've done a lot of social media workshops with him. We've even held those for Acts on This members. He's going to come on probably Thursday. What date will it be, Ollie? I don't know if you're still here on the broadcast, but I think it's going to be Thursday, the 9th of April. And we're going to run a session all about setting up online businesses, basically, for anybody here because creatives are generally entrepreneurial. There's a lot of actors I know who have entrepreneurial DNA or entrepreneurial in spirit, but might just not maybe have the technical nous or really have a clear path of how they could get a business going online. You will all have skills. I'm not talking about acting stuff either. This could be anything. You could have an online business doing, God, I don't know, teaching people anything from crocheting to how to bake cupcakes, online fitness, I don't know, just whatever it is that you have a skill in, playing the guitar, piano, I don't know, but I've seen courses on literally everything online, whether it's clay modeling, to, I'm trying to think of the craziest thing that I've seen online. I mean, I've seen magicians stuff. There's just all kinds of just crazy courses. Ultimately, if you have a skill that you enjoy, you can teach that to other people, and you can set yourself an online business up doing that. And we're going to be talking about finding what your big idea is and basically how you would go about setting up online. So if anything like this happened again, at least you would have some chance, of creating income on your own terms without having to, worry about having no control over your life at that point. So if you do have an idea for a business in your head, that's definitely one you're going to want to get involved with. I'm going to be looking at basically what could make an online business as well. The thing that would make an online business for most people is like, listen, you ask yourself 3 questions. What am I good at? What would people pay me to teach them? And also, what are the things that I am good at do I enjoy, and would I enjoy teaching? Because sometimes you can be like, yeah, I'm really good at that, but I have absolutely no passion in teaching people at all. I set up a voiceover business once, teaching people voiceover. I love doing voiceover, absolutely love it. It's an incredible, huge part of my life. Right now, it's all gone down the pan. But, I do 2-3 voiceovers a week. It's a massive part of my career. Absolutely love it. Never once go to a voiceover job, even if it's for the most, what you would think, mundane topic or subject. Never once go thinking, oh, I don't want to do it. Honestly, it's so good. I set up a business teaching people voiceover. I quickly found in four months, even though it was incredibly profitable, I had no passion in it whatsoever. I just pulled the business down. The business was generating, nearly 6 figures. It wasn't all my money. I was splitting it with my voiceover agent. But didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't enjoy it. So if you are going to create an online business, you've got to go, what am I good at? Because you have to be good at something, obviously, in order to teach it. But you only need to be 1 step ahead of the people you're teaching. So you don't need to be an expert. You just need to be 1 step ahead of those who are learning from you. What would people pay you in terms of what skills would people want to pay to learn? And then what do you actually enjoy teaching? So we're going to be going through that, and then we're going to be going through God, I mean, there's nothing between me and Ollie we don't know about setting up an online business. Like, genuinely, we've both been very successful. So that's going to be another one that we're going to be getting people involved with. Bray is literally where my filmmaking group, No Wi-Fi, is based, says Bobby. No way. And Kev's nearly from Bray as well, in Dublin. Nice. Excellent. Well, now you know where Hannah Quinn lives. I won't give her actual address away. But yeah, you know, you never know. You might bump into her when we're all allowed out of our houses, boys, and get yourself a job on a massive Netflix show. James, hope you're good. Sam says, brilliant. That's what I need. Awesome, Sam. Oh, yeah, Sam, don't worry. I did get your email. I'm not ignoring you, by the way. I just thought I'd end up speaking to you before. I can't... Everything you need to know, I couldn't really put in an email. I'm better just like talking to you or coming on that call, and we'll just discuss it on that call with Ollie, because Sam's looking at setting up an online business. And it's definitely possible, Sam. You could definitely do what you wanted to do online. I can 100% help you do that. I could do with this as well, says Esther. I used to teach drama, says Linda. Not now, though. Michelle's here. All right, Michelle. Andrew says, can I be a professional Bridget Jones online? You can pay to watch me burn down the kitchen making Weetabix. I'm sure we can, Andrea. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind doing a cooking course online, in all seriousness, now we're locked in, because I have no skills, zero skills when it comes to cooking. I'd genuinely be interested in learning how to cook, although I can't go out and get the ingredients, really. At the minute, so never mind. I remember that Ross Grant when we first met. I think, yeah, Peter, you came on it, and mate, wasn't it decent? So Peter, it was called VO Focus. Peter came on that workshop, you know, and they were really, really decent. I mean, massively successful workshops. We sold them out all the time, and they were real freaking workshops. They weren't this bullshit, I'll charge you 65 quid to come and spend 2 minutes doing a piece in front of a casting director who's not even casting anything. They were real, like, 2-day workshops, and you walked away with, like, a professionally produced... Well, 2 professionally produced pieces of voiceover, not necessarily for a reel, but just so you'd had the whole studio experience. They were really popular, but mate, it was too much for me. The administration of it all, and because it was like an in-person workshop, getting people there, hiring venues. Oh, I just didn't enjoy it, mate. Didn't enjoy it at all. It was just ended up being... It's when you realise that money does not bring happiness, because I'm like, okay, this is earning me loads of money. Wasn't happy at all. Didn't want to do it. So yeah, when you set up an online business, you've got to be passionate. Act on This, on the other hand, doesn't earn me loads of money, right? As we've discussed at the start of this broadcast tonight, I give so much of the money away to charity. By the way, if you are joining up and you come and watch these lives, by the way, by paying your membership, every person who comes on these live broadcasts gets a charity donation. So we're raising thousands of pounds by doing this to really good charities and organisations as well. Maybe even individuals who just need it in this current crisis, and will just donate money. You know, it's down to the guest who it goes to. But yeah, I'm not a fat cat sat here going, oh yeah, I've got loads of money in online business. I love running this business so much that's the thing that's kept me in the game 10 years, and that's why I know it's what I was kind of put on this planet to do. Whereas the voiceover stuff, I love doing it, but like sport, I love playing it, don't like watching it. Voiceover, I love doing it, don't like teaching it. So you've got to find the thing that you love, and it'll pull you through when like times are hard. Definitely. What's going on? Any chance you know of any good voiceover agencies, Andrea? Well, my voiceover agent, the voiceover gallery, has been transformational for my career over the last 11 years, Andrea. You would need a really decent voice reel, and you'd need to have some professional experience probably to sign with them. But they're definitely worth getting in touch with and sending, demos to and stuff like that. The people who work there are incredible. They're so nice. Give Hannah at the VoiceOver Gallery, Hannah at voiceovergallery.co.uk, drop her an email by all means. If you have something to send or you have a show reel to for them to listen to. But yeah, they're fantastic. I mean, they've got offices in the north and the south. There's dozens of voiceover agents in London. Outside of London, there's very few. In Manchester, I think I know 2. I think it's Manchester Voiceover, if they're still going. I don't even know if they're still going. And the VoiceOver Gallery. But the VoiceOver Gallery, for me, been absolutely phenomenal. I've been with them since they almost... Really like the first year they were even established, though. I'm well old, going back many, many years. When it first started out in the CEO's basement, she just ran the company and had a tiny, tiny little broom cupboard in the basement that was the voiceover studio. And you went to a house in Chorlton when you got a booking and went downstairs into the basement and recorded your job down there. But that's how... Now it's a massive, massive, massive business, but that's how businesses begin. You start small, and if you're good at what you do, and for you guys who are thinking of setting up an online business, start small. But if you are good at what you do, and you have consistency, and you keep showing up even when no one wants to buy what you're selling, and you keep putting out quality as opposed to selling shit to people, you just keep offering value, you will get somewhere eventually. Actually, this took 8 years, to be honest, before I actually broke even on it. It owed me money until like just over a year ago. Have you seen my cousin's virtual village he set up on Facebook, mate? Think you might like it and want to get involved? I have no idea what you're talking about, Stephen, but I'll I'll check it out. Yeah, definitely. Sounds interesting. People are getting really inventive now, aren't they, online as well? Now this has happened. That's one thing that's going to be good from this, is people are going to, one, all the technophobes are going to have to get used to technology and they're going to learn a lot. And two, I think people are going to get really inventive because they're going to go crazy in their like bedrooms if they don't, start putting out some content. So it's going to make people put content out, I hope. I'm with the voiceover gallery, says Sarah. They're awesome. Honestly, they've been really, really good. Lloyd Lee in the house. All right, Lloyd, hope you're well, mate. Hope all is good in the world. So they're the broadcasts that I've got coming up. Like I say, you guys, if you're a member of actsonthis.tv, you are going to get 4 of these a fortnight. So you can get 8 of these a month. Basically, they're the first 4. So tomorrow night, we've got Kelly Valentine Hendry coming on, one of the biggest casting directors we have in the UK. If you want to get involved and you want to jump online, you want to jump on camera and chat to Kelly, we'll have a chance to do that. There will be, no doubt there'll probably be a couple hundred people joining us live tomorrow. But I will do my best to get as many people on as possible to talk to Kelly. Get yourself over at actsonthis.tv/live, get a membership, and you'll get an invite tomorrow. If you go into your members area, you'll find the invite there anyway. But you'll get an email from me tomorrow as well with a link. Well, you get 2 emails from me tomorrow because I'll give you a reminder about an hour before we start. We start at 7:30, saying, "Oi, come and get yourself bloody into this call and stop watching Sky News and panicking about stuff, because that's what we all do if we're not careful. Learn to be a Zoomer," says Julie. Yeah, exactly. Julie's learned to be a Zoomer. She's on it without a doubt. Started a series of video essays on the film Carrie, says Bobby. The first video went up last week and it's getting a decent amount of interaction. Already at 207 subscribers. Yeah, it is. People are just putting out content, which is great. I mean, you've got to, do you know what? If you are starting out content, a couple of little tips that I've got for you, just because I know I've been there, done it. I've done it all wrong in the past and now I think I'm doing it right. The worst thing you can do, because I'm seeing this in the Act on This Facebook group, okay, the worst thing you can do is create your content and think your job's done. Because we've all done this. We've got so excited that we've created the content. We're like, oh, amazing. And then you just go and like scattergun it everywhere. I promise you, no one's going to give a shit and no one's going to watch it. In fact, you're probably going to turn people off because people are going to feel like they're spammed. Your job begins when your content is made. You might think it's done. It hasn't. The hardest part is actually getting people to watch it. The easiest part, even though it's difficult, is filming and creating that content. Now, the worst approach you can have is going on Facebook and posting it and then being lazy, clicking the share link at the bottom of your post and then clicking share to a group and then just clicking post on all those groups. And then all that happens is in every single one of those groups is a little picture of your head, and then underneath it is a picture of the shared post or a video. And honestly, this is just the reality of life. Nobody cares. Absolutely no one cares. And I mean that about my own content as well. If that's the approach that I made, no one's bothered. Like, particularly if they don't know you, they've never seen you, and you're posting in groups you've never posted in before, the best thing you can do, one, is start adding value to groups by going in groups and actually interacting with people already in there without ever posting your stuff first. So headshot photographers, for instance, they join the Acts on This Facebook group. What do? Dickheads. The first thing they do is post an offer for their headshots. So what they've done is they've come into a group that they've never, ever given value to. They've come in across actors they've never met, and they're going, "Oi, give me money." One, it pisses everybody off. Two, I'll just delete it instantly and ban you without even telling you you've been banned because I hate it. But three, it's just the wrong thing to do, isn't it? Now, what would have been a better tactic and would result in loads more people booking your headshots would be going into the Acts on This group first of all and maybe publishing an article on how to have a great headshot shoot, the do's and the don'ts. Anyone else posting their headshots in the group, maybe if they're looking for comments and a critical eye on them, maybe give them feedback without saying you're a headshot photographer or selling your shit. You could say you're a headshot photographer, but don't try and sell them your service, right? We're intelligent beings. We understand when people are trying to get stuff from us as opposed to give stuff to us, right? And the easiest way to make a sale is to give more value than you ask for in return. So if you are creating content, the kind of like the most basic sort of level of that is not just posting a link to it or not just sharing it in all the groups, but actually going into each group separately and manually writing, hey, act on this, people. Great broadcast last night. Hope you guys are all right. Steve, I checked out that thing you talked about. Yeah, that's really good. By the way, I've just done this. Would massively appreciate it if you would watch it as well. Actually kind of make people aware that you even are acknowledging they exist. Because if you don't, no one's going to watch. Like I say, nobody cares. And then what's going to happen is you're going to go, I put all that effort in, and then I posted it, no one saw it, and you won't want to do episode 2, and you won't want to do episode 3, and you might not pop until episode 35, episode 108, right? But you'll never get there because you'll be so disheartened because no one's watched the first few if you don't actually offer people value up front. And it's just being brutally honest. And I have done it all wrong as well. It's the only reason I know that. I've done it all wrong. Now I feel I'm doing it much better. And that's why I'm getting some traction. But yeah, particularly in an environment like we have today where everybody's a little bit on tenterhooks, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world. Now is the time to step up and lead and give more value. Not even ask for anything right now. Just give value. Make connections. Be that person that brings people together, the person who calms situations down as opposed to just increases levels of anxiety. The person who, kind of adds humor and comedy. Ultimately, just be a good person and you'll win. When you are operating from a place of what can I get, just like all them knobheads who went and bought 700 toilet rolls, when you're operating from a place of where what can I get as opposed to what can I give, you will lose. You will always lose. So yeah, just add value. And lots of people are creating content now and they've never created it before. And I promise you, that's just the first hurdle you'll fall down at. You'll look at everybody going, look at my stuff, look at my stuff. Why should we? You've never even posted in that group before. You don't know any of us. You've not offered any value. You've not been helpful. If anything, we're just gonna like, we don't want you in the group. Like, particularly that's on this Facebook group. I pride it on being like super supportive. So just be conscious of giving at this point in the world, as opposed to taking. Great advice, Linda. So true. Always add value, says Chris. And Indra says, tell it how it is. No, honestly, it is. And it's not me being cruel or saying I get it right all the time, because I don't. I'm just a human being. And sometimes, I fall foul of this as well. And I put a post out not long ago on Twitter saying, listen, I just want to put this video out saying to people that and this is what my video said. I said, I've realized over the last 12, 15 tweets, all I've done is I've asked you for things. I've asked you to watch something of mine. Even though it offered you value, I've asked you to watch it. I've asked you to retweet something for me. And I said, I'm putting this video out, and I just want to say that, I'm so grateful for everyone who's following me on Twitter, because I've never bought followers. Everyone who is following me has actually consciously chosen to hit that follow button. And if you're watching this, you've consciously chosen to hit play on this video. And I just want to let you know that I massively appreciate you. And I really mean that. And I mean, everyone who's watching this on here tonight, I do as well, because there's so much shit going on in the world, and you could be doing anything else right now. You could be doing an online shop for something for your mum or whatever, people who need it. You could be, sorting your own life out, and you've chosen to spend this time with me, and I hope it's valuable and it's adding a bit of normality in your life. But you've got to show people you appreciate them. I actually got trolled for that video as well. Michelle Collins, ex-EastEnders actress, actually quote tweeted my quote saying, are you serious? As in, like, what are you talking about? It caused a whole stir on Twitter. And then she ended up getting a little bit of shit back from people who stepped in for me to go, no, he is being serious. Why are you being a dick, Michelle? And then she had the audacity to DM me saying she was being bullied. Well, wait a minute, Michelle. I've got 5,000 followers. You picked my video out. You quote tweeted it to your 130,000 followers and tried to make me look like a dick in front of them. Actually, love, it backfired, and it just showed what pain you must be in your life to consume someone else's content and then have the time and the volition to actually make a negative statement about it. That's someone who's fucked up. Don't be like that. Honestly, I have never, ever once in my life, even if I've seen content online that I wholly disagree with, I have never had the time or compulsion to actually make negative comments on it or call someone out for this, that, and the other. Unless it's like truly immoral. If I'm seeing people ripping people off, then I'll do it. But if it's just like, oh, I don't like that, or that's not very good, I mean, what state must my head be in to be able to do that? So people who do that, give them more love than people who don't do that. But equally as well, on that as well, you've got to get to a place, I think, as an actor as well, when you're putting content out online, for those who are doing this for the first time, you've got to get used to this, where you don't listen to the cheers or the boos. You can't get too high on the everyone telling you you're great, because if you get too high on that, the second someone says that shit, you'll hurt. That will have a devastating blow to you. Even though 9 people out of 10 could say you're amazing, that one person who goes, that's rubbish, that's a total pile of shite. If you have got too high on your supply by listening to the 9 people telling you you're great, that one person telling you you're not will hurt way, way more. So you've got to be grateful and appreciative of the people who are like, your stuff's good, but also don't really kind of take it too much like to your head, right? Because it can just backfire on you. It's unhealthy to get too high on your own supply. So just be humble. But there you go. Hannah says, it sounds so obvious, but so easy to forget. Thanks for the advice, Ross. No, honestly, it is. Add value, and you will win in life. Brendan says, the challenge now for my page is to think outside the box and still make the page interesting. Can't really do any interviews now, but I'll think of something. Oh, because Brendan was doing like called Nursing the Actor, behind the scenes of his nursing career as well as being an actor. But yeah, keep innovating, Brendan, definitely. John's trying to connect with as many people as possible. Chris says it is all about the connections. I believe in that as well, definitely. Tony says, but what if I want to tell you that you're great, Ross? Well, you can, Tony, and I believe you. And but yeah, it's just about realizing that, you know what, we're all great. Like, there's nothing better. You're watching me right now, right? But I couldn't do this without any of you being here. So there is no hierarchy. It's not like, oh, I'm so great, everyone look at me. If you lot weren't here, then I wouldn't be anything. Like, it's just appreciating that actually everybody has a part to play in everybody else's success. Hopefully I'm playing a part in your success by bringing these guests on, introducing to people in the acting industry, giving as much advice as I can from my own career, doing these lives, doing these broadcasts next week, doing the podcast, etc. That's adding to your success. But equally, if none of you are watching, I wouldn't have any success. So we all need each other. So I can't get high on my supply, and neither can you. Equally, if one person comes on here and goes, Ross, your live broadcast on Monday was absolute dog shit, I can't cry about that, because I've got to be there for the rest of the people who doesn't think that it is. So yeah, we all, particularly talent this, man, we just need each other to support each other. I just put out my old sketches out again, says Mark. Mark, some of your old stuff, mate, was so good. Start doing your RoboCop thing was one of the best things I've seen. Lots of comedy sketches online. Keep doing it. That's Mark Joseph. Put your link in the chat, mate, or something like that now for your YouTube channel. Everybody can do that as well. Kevin says, yes, I try to never miss Ross. Even if busy writing a new book, you are food for the acting soul. Well, thank you, mate. But you're a ridiculously giving person as well, Kev. In the documentary, Kev did a documentary on the homeless in Dublin. That was food for my soul. Like, honestly, that changed the way that I viewed the world in many ways as well. So, like, we're all playing a part in each other's lives, and that's all because we're all bringing value. Thus, we matter to each other. When you don't bring value, you don't matter, and you become irrelevant. So, just bring value, particularly during this time. So, I hope that's useful. Chris Stone is on here now. Chris, you are going to be playing out some showreel scenes now. It's just gone 10 o'clock, so I'm going to wrap this up. Like I say, for those people who want to get involved with all the live broadcasts I've got going down this week, and for the foreseeable future, whenever you listen to this, the chances are these are still going out, because I think this lockdown we're on and this way of life we're now going to live is going to be happening for quite some time. Get yourself over to actsonthis.tv/live. You can get your membership to actsonthis.tv if you've not already. You can find out the exact schedule of what's going down. You can see little video messages from my guests. Like I say, this week, Kelly Valentine Henry, massive casting director, a fantastic actor, star of Outlander and Downton Abbey, Ed Spleers. Next week, Chris Stone, the man himself, who's going to play you some showreels now. And Hannah Quinn, the director of Netflix's The Stranger, only one of the biggest Netflix hits ever, full stop, global smash hit. If you want to speak to any of those guests, actsonthis.tv/live, get your membership. And they start tomorrow night, so I will see you from Tuesday night. That's the 24th of March. And if you listen on the replay, or you watch on the replay, still get to actsonthis.tv/live, because there's still going to be loads of stuff going on. So Chris Stone, before I wrap up, mate, where are people watching these showreel scenes of yours now? Let us know. Put it in the chat, and I will announce it, and then we'll all wrap up here. and we'll go and watch some showreel scenes and be entertained by some of Chris's fantastic work. If you want a showreel scene off Chris, I'm sure he will book you in at some point this year, but God knows when that's going to happen. But I guess you're still editing, Chris, aren't you? You know, if people had stuff for a reel, you know, and you wanted it editing, Chris can do that remotely. There's no contact needed for that. So check out chrisstoneshowreels.com for details on that. Ali Nat Keel in the house. Hope you're well, Ali. You've just missed the broadcast, my man, but you can watch it on the replay if you only just arrived. Chris, this is a tiny URL. Okay, so if you want to... Oh, and Hannah, quickly, Laura said, yeah, you asked me about the home studio. Very quickly, okay, a lot of people are reaching out to me now and are asking about home studio setups because everyone wants to record stuff at home or wants to do broadcasting and stuff like that. My advice, and I have used this company for years, is I'm exclusively using their stuff. I don't use any other company stuff for audio. The microphone I'm using now is by them. The microphone I use for all my podcasts is by them. I've got a studio mic over there that's by them. It's a company called Rode Mics. They're an incredible Australian independent company owned by a guy called Peter Friedman, who's one of the most generous, nicest men in the world. And they do an incredible range of mics that are superb in quality, but way more affordable than a lot of other brands, but no less than any other brand in terms of the quality is just insane for the money. And they do a microphone, Laura, if you want to start recording stuff. This is called a podcaster. But you don't, I mean, this is an end address microphone that's designed for podcasting, really. It's not designed for a lot of other vocal applications like singing. It's not good for singing. It wouldn't be good for instruments or anything like that. But if you want a more rounded microphone that will do a lot of things, there's a Rode microphone called the NT, so November Tango USB. It's about £110, £120. It's a USB microphone. It'll plug into your laptop or your computer or your iMac, your PC, whatever, and it should just work. You can get some software for free, depending on what you're using. GarageBand is free on a Mac. Audacity is another piece of software for recording that's free on Mac and PC. If you can afford it, it's about, I think it starts about 20 quid a month. But I use a piece of software called Adobe Audition for recording all my audio. A fantastic, very, very simple, but incredibly powerful piece of audio software. The other things you might want to get for a studio would be a studio arm like this that I've got in front of me. Those on the audio experience, you won't be able to see it, but you probably, you know what a studio arm is. It holds the microphone, so you don't have to hold it. It's in a little cradle, so even if you knock it, it doesn't bounce around. You don't get any thumps and bumps on the mic. They cost about 60 quid. And there's also something called microphone isolators as well, or they come with different names like vocal booths or whatever. But if you go to amazon.co.uk and just search literally for like microphone isolator, microphone vocal booth, microphone shield, you'll see these like foam semicircular kind of shields. Effectively, you put a microphone in, and what that does is it absorbs the reflections of your voice hitting behind the mic and to either side, because if you were recording in a room where there was a lot of reflective surfaces, you get loads of echo and it sounds shit. You could put a £3,000 microphone in a shit room and it would sound worse than a £50 microphone in a good room. So you want to have like soft furnishings if you're recording at home, a carpeted floor, if you can hang up some like duvets and stuff to absorb sound around you. And ultimately that's all you need if you're just starting off. You don't need a massive setup and to spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. You can get a nice setup if you've already got a computer for a couple of £100. But Rode, check out their website, rodemics.com, I imagine it is. Just search for Rode Mics on Google, you'll find the site. I cannot recommend them enough. And their warranties are insane. If you ever have a problem, even if you bought it years ago, they will just sort you out. Honestly, I've never known a company that wants to help you more. Just haven't. So I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, Laura, on any of that, drop me an email and I can refine it for you. But yeah, you will not go wrong with Rode stuff. Everything I use, every piece of content I've created, anything you see of mine has been recorded on Rode mics. So I can vouch for them. And I don't get paid by them, by the way. I would never, ever promote anything I do not use myself. So Chris's Facebook is starting a watch party off for his showreel scenes. Is that on your personal page, Chris? Or where is it, mate? Because is that going to be on, or where is the watch party? If I click this, let me see where it goes. Just before we end, I want to make sure everybody does go to the right page. Let's have a look. If I open this in a new tab, where am I headed? Where are we headed, Stonio? Right, it's on Chris Stone Director. He's hosting a watch party, I think. So Chris Stone Director. Search for Chris. The page is Chris Stone Director. So it's going to be facebook.com/Chris Stone Director. And he started his watch party off 7 minutes ago. Sorry, Chris, we've ate into your watch party a bit there. But I will get myself out of here and let me know if I can do anything for you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Chris has put the link in the comments as well. You can click on that and go over and watch Chris's showreel stuff now. I can vouch for Chris like I can vouch for Road Mike's great guy. If I can help you during this time, it's very, very difficult for a lot of people. If you do think I can do anything for you, please just let me know. I'm more than happy to do what I can for everybody, whether you're a member of the website or not. I don't care. Please just let me know if I can do anything for you. Ross at actonthis.tv, at Ross A. Grant on Twitter, at actonthisTV on Twitter as well. Just find us on Facebook, Instagram, absolutely bloody everywhere. So yeah, let me know. I'm just going to cue this up so I can end this broadcast eloquently. I always struggle with this, don't I? Every single bloody week, you'll be sick of this. And thanks everyone for watching on the replay, or if you've been listening on the audio experience, hugely appreciate it. 1,800 people have watched live tonight, so thank you for that. It means the world. I remember when I first started these off, God, like 3 people. 3 people would come and watch me back in the day. So it means the absolute freaking world, particularly at a time like this. Thank you so much. I'll end with Kelly's little invite for tomorrow night's live broadcast. Again, actonthis.tv/live if you want to join. And for those who are already members of the site and those who are going to join, I will see you there. All right. Love to you all. Bye for now. So, Act On This TV Nation, I want to invite you guys to something incredibly special that's going down next Tuesday, the 24th of March, 2020. I'm going to be live online over at actonthis.tv for a very special 90-minute casting Q&A with this amazing woman here, Kelly Valentine Hendry, casting director extraordinaire. Welcome to Act On This again. It's been ages since you've been on.
I know, it's been, well, I've probably gone into another, decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's been a long time. It's a pleasure to be back.
Just for those people who are seeing you for the first time, what shows are you known for casting? Because they're massive. What have you been doing recently?
Oh, it's been a really great couple of years. So I've been doing Bridgerton for Netflix, which will be coming out, probably in 2021, maybe 2022 now. I've been doing Wheel of Time for Amazon, which is a great big Robert Jordan fantasy series.
Nice.
I've done a nice, lovely new adaptation of Brave New World for Amblin and NBCU for Peacock, which will be out soon, I think. Gangs of London, 29th of April, Sky Atlantic. It is unbelievable. And of course I did Broadchurch. We always hanker back.
You've got to mention Broadchurch. Well, you were on Fleabag as well, weren't you, back in the day?
Yeah, Victor and I did the first season of Fleabag.
Yeah, honestly, some incredible shows. So if you want to literally join me and Kelly live on Tuesday night, jump on camera like we are, speak one-to-one with Kelly and get personalised acting career coaching and advice, and just come and have a nice time whilst everyone's in self-isolation. Get yourself over to actonthis.tv/live to find out how you can get involved, and we will see you there. Tell them why they don't want to miss it, Kelly.
Well, get out of the pubs. Get out of the pubs. Watch this.